Hi guys, welcome back to the channel, and that is the end of Sepang testing on day 2. Franco Morbidelli was at the top of the times for the VR46 squad with a 157.2, with 9 other riders also achieving a 157. Fabio Quartararo, after a good day yesterday, carried on doing well, and today was second on the leaderboard, finishing up just over a tenth off of the top spot. But this is very promising for Yamaha, as this is the sort of performance you was expecting, and they're far faster by nearly half a second than what they were this time last year. And Fabio's not on his own. Miguel Oliveira and Jack Miller on the Prima Pramac Yamahas were in P8 and P10 respectively, with Alex Rins a few tenths back in 13th place, but you could put this down to him still be slightly injured. But overall it's looking very good for Yamaha, and they really look like they took a step forward. Into third place now, it was Alex Marquez. He was another 100th off of Quartararo and was third today. But the more impressive one was Fermin Aldeguer on the other Gresini GP24, and noticeably he's far and away the highest rookie so far, and was only 2 tenths off Morbidelli's time. This is extra impressive when you consider that Fermin Aldeguer being a rookie and is only 2 tenths off Morbidelli, who spent all year last year on the GP24, and he's even closer to Alex Marquez, who performed very well last year in the Gresini colours, so it's very, very promising for his season ahead. Bagnaia was much higher up the timing sheets today, and the two-time champion was back up into 5th place at the end of the day today after being quite down the orders so far during the test. He was much happier today despite having a crash very early on with a low side at turn 15, but that was just a generic, usual turn 15 crash. His teammate Marquez also had a crash at turn 9 later in the day, just before the end of the test of day 2, and had a few tech problems earlier on. He was much further down the timesheets and almost had swapped places with Bagnaia today, and Marquez was down in 14th place. But just before he crashed, he was a few tenths up on his lap, so without that final hot lap there, we're not too sure where Marquez would have stacked up for the day. But either way, it's still looking good for the Ducati boys, and probably they still will be the strongest bike, despite Yamaha topping the times or being very near the top so far. On now to HRC. Jorge Martin had another good day today, and was just as good as what he had shown yesterday, which is promising for the Honda outfit as well. His lap was also quicker than Johan Zarco on the Castro LCR Honda, and even quicker than the Q2 time set by Zarco in the GP last year. Zarco himself was P12 today, and Marini was P15, so slightly further behind, but still a slight improvement on what we have seen, and a good step from yesterday. Somcat Trancher on the LCR was also slightly further back, but this is to be expected. And there's a lot of Japanese giants that are looking to make big steps forwards this season, and so far Honda and Yamaha seem to be providing that. Now, moving to the Red Bull KTMs, Pedro Costa was much further up the order today in P7, which is promising, as yesterday, with all the KTMs being out of the top 10, it didn't look too good. But there was a bit of missing track time today due to a crash and a technical issue. All factory bikes now have the upgraded seat unit from Wednesday, and with Brad Binder coming P11, Vinales up to P16, it was just a few tenths back in P17. So it's still not looking great for the KTM boys, but they're doing much better than maybe you could say yesterday, with that headline of Pedro Acosta now being up to P7, and looks like he could really be the driving force behind KTM this year. It was a much quieter day at Aprilia, with Marco Bezzecchi finishing in the top 10 today, which is a big improvement on yesterday, and a lot less drama for Aprilia today, but Jorge Martin and Raul Fernandez both stayed sidelined for now. And on that note, the factory also fielded its test rider, Lorenzo Salvadori, and as they do have their Iagura also gaining experience and improving on his time from yesterday. So it's not all doom and gloom at Aprilia, as there is an improvement today, but obviously they're still very much overshadowed by the big incident yesterday. A much calmer session with much less drama to be seen, but overall it was a very good day for everyone on track, and I'll quickly run through the order from start to finish. So top of the table today, as discussed, was Franco Morbidelli, followed by Quartararo on the Yamaha, then the 2 Gresini riders of Alex Marquez and Fermin Aldeguer, and then Bagnaia in 5th, rounding out the top 5. Jorge Martin was in 6th, Acosta 7th, Miguel Oliveira in 8th, Marco Bezzecchi in 9th, Jack Miller in P10, which is another good showing from the Australian, Brad Binder P11, Zarco 12th, Rins 13th, Marc Marquez 14th after that accident. Would have been more like 6th or 7th in my personal opinion had he finished his hot lap. Marini P15, Maverick Vinales 16, Bastianini 17, 18 was Ayagura. 19 was Augusto Fernandez on the Yamaha. Somkiat transferred 20th. Michele Piro also appeared and posted a time of a 1:59.4, finishes P21. And Lorenzo Salvadori was the slowest of all today with a 1:59.7. However, all these times are almost a second and a half quicker than yesterday when you compare to the slowest time of a 2:01.8 yesterday. So it's clear to see the tracks ramping up and the riders becoming accustomed to the bikes. But tomorrow morning is usually where you see the best time, so it'll be good to see when people do their hot runs where everyone really stacks up. But we won't truly know until we get to Buriram at the end of the month. However, that's it from me today. I look forward to tomorrow with the hot laps. But from now, if I could ask you to please like and subscribe so that I can keep doing this sort of content, I'd really appreciate it. But thanks again, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for a wrap-up of day 3 and the testing at Sepang so far.